2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
All right, everybody, welcome to Teaching Crypto. This is AZ Crypto, Mr. FOMO. We had to do a weekend edition for sure. We got some breaking Voyager news. Please hit that like, please hit that subscribe button, and please share. And don't be afraid if you would like to give us a super chat. Now, Mr. FOMO got an email yesterday, and they always do this Friday after 5 o'clock. It's a lot of information. And it's urgent because this is going to happen in the next 72 hours. So let's give our viewers everything, and then we'll talk about the implications.
So let me just pull that up real quick. For some reason, it jumped off my screen, but I'm just pulling it up real quick.
To set it up, you should have gotten a Voyager email yesterday talking about the app closing in just over 3 days. And it has tax implications. It's got record implications. It's got all kinds of stuff. So, Mr. FOMO, take it away. And just in case, because some people get these emails 1 or 2 days late. Some people don't get it until Monday. So go ahead and give it to them.
And they're just letting us know that Tuesday, the app is shutting down. After this date, you will not be able to log in or use the app. And so they're telling us that to prevent confusion, you're to use investvoyager.com from now on. And we also, and let me switch on our captions there. I'm going to go ahead and put the distribution help center up there again at the bottom of the screen. That way people know another spot to go if they need some help. But this is the breadth of the email. They said that recent updates, claim and recovery and historical transactions and tax reporting now will be on the Invest Voyager app. So that leads me to believe that they at least heard us and that they will be providing some sort of tax information for us. And that is good news. But other than that, this is kind of what I expected to see from them. I expected at some point they would shut the app down. They would stop paying people to run things like that. It's, the lawyers have to soak up as much as they can. And if you're paying these guys to program this app and keep it running, then you can't soak up any more of that wind down, I guess, 120 million. So yeah, this is to be expected, but that's sort of the idea behind the email is they're shutting down the app. And the only good news out of that is that they will be providing some sort of tax information and some sort of snapshot for your transaction history. But like you said last week, it's not a bad idea for people to go in and get those things before Tuesday, before they shut that app down, because as we know with this company, they drop the ball a lot. So,
and the hack too. It's just there's so much.
That's the other thing is we never know that as they let more and more people go, how much security actually exists with this company, and so. Not that we can necessarily get all of our information off there, but at least you can get the most accurate and up-to-date information now before they shut that app down.
Here are my concerns. The information about the website will not be available till sometime in September. And again, no exact date. And so there will be a time where you have no access to anything, if I'm correct. If they're taking this down August 15th or August 12th, and they say that they're going to have this information up on the app, investvoyager.com in September, there's going to be some time period where you can't have access to anything. Now,
and that's sort of the worst time period too, right? Because this is when we're starting to get into the FTX Alameda proceedings. And this is when we're going to want to know what's going on and we're going to want to be able to access things.
Now, here's the thing about taxes. It's still vague. It says historical transactions and tax reporting. It doesn't say anything about giving us a breakdown of, when they liquidated everything, right? And they gave you part crypto and they kept the cash. What were the implications? This says historical transactions and tax reporting. Find information on how to access your transaction history. Obtain reports at the end of the year. Obtain reports. So that is really, really vague. So I
And
think,
if what I'm hearing is correct, what you're saying is you're worried that that final transaction won't be included, and then you won't be able to show the full breadth of your losses, right? Is that what you're worried about?
well,
Because
yes,
the
because
transaction history, they're seeming to say that they're going to give to us, but you're right. We don't know what the price they sold at was necessarily. We don't know what they liquidated, what prices they liquidated our tokens at. And so that final sale price is probably the most important thing that they have to include in there. And so that is really what I'm looking for.
so it does look like if you go into transaction history, they did include some of the liquidations,
Good.
but it needs to be clear and concise and easy so the people can give it to their tax professionals. I don't know if they're going to have the same service they've had. A lot of people had to pay the $90 to run that report, and who knows if they're going to be able to do that. It looks like something is there, but so a little better than last time, but they're not communicating as much. We know, by the way, that in 3 weeks, about 3 weeks from now, the mediation starts. Okay. Now, so we would know by October if it was successful or not. My guess is, and I hope I'm wrong, it's not. So then you can look for a trial sometime in 2024, probably Q1 or Q2. And so the resolution Alameda FTX guys might not be until late 2024. So it makes these tax documents extremely important because this is probably what you're getting back right now. I hate to say it, but unless mediation works, I don't anticipate more recovery in the year of 2023. And so this becomes vital that they have accurate records available for the customers.
Yeah, and there's really nothing more to say about that. They need to keep that website up and running, and I hope that they really don't shut that down because it's going to be important for us to be able to access that, especially during the FTX Alameda proceedings.
Well, here's the other problem. They're not giving any updates during mediation. The first time you will hear about mediation is when it's over. Either it didn't work or it did. They're not going to give daily updates. It's a 30-day period. They've already said they're not. Yes. And so yesterday, I made a short about Sam Bankman-Fried being arrested. Guys, the door is still open on Steve. Don't give up just yet. Okay? It's not over just yet. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you've seen, obviously, with Celsius, Alex Mashinsky was charged. He's going to go on trial. And hopefully, we get some type of justice over the next couple of years of Bush Steve, because I don't think, Mr. FOMO, we've really heard the entire story. There's still a lot to be determined here. And I think that was the battle. That's why sadly, or not sadly, because Binance US came under really, really rough waters when the deal didn't go through. That's why the government was so anti, even though it would have led to better recovery for us, Binance US getting the deal done. And the problem here now is two things. One, the administration right now running this wind down needs to be much more clear about what tax attachments are coming. They also need to have a plan for when this FTX Alameda finishes. We're now well over a year into this. No third parties have been gone after. So they keep bringing that up. I'm just going to tell you, at some point, when do you stop pretending about that? Okay? Because that, like, if you're going to go after someone, you're going to have to do it pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because
and we know that the 3AC is going to bring back peanuts. So if you're not going to go after third parties and we're not going to get back from 3AC what exists in the wind down account, then why are we even messing around with these things? Why don't you just give us back the money that's in the wind down account?
My hope, the utopian dream is that mediation works in September, and then you get a check sometime before Thanksgiving, a decent amount if they can work on a resolution, and then there's enough pressure from us, the creditors, to shut this thing down in 2024. Okay, that just shut it down, because 3AC, it could be 3 years, could be 5 years. You just don't know. It's such a slow process, and the 120 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money to waste.
Mm-hmm.
And as time goes on, it seems like a lot of money, but with lawyers, it's not. They can get up in 12, 15, 16 months.
and there's more and more problems with regulatory clarity. It causes these things to drag out even longer. You see other banks that fail, and those proceedings wrap up within a couple of months. But when you see these crypto exchanges failing, these things go on for years. And you can tell that that's part of the problem, because when you go ahead and bring your tax documents to your tax guy, you and I even said, well, my guy asked for this. And you were like, well, my guy asked for something completely different. And so there's so little clarity in this space that even your tax person is having trouble dealing with what documents they want and don't want and what they need to see. And so I can't imagine what they're going through trying to hash out all these things in the crypto space when there's just no precedent for it.
Well, the bankruptcy makes it more complicated, right? Because let me make this clear. There is no crypto. I get asked this a lot on the side about Voyager. Crypto is over, okay? If you haven't gotten your crypto yet, it's done. The only people that are getting checks right now are the people that did not take their crypto out. And as far as I know, that has already started to happen. So that hopefully that's happening over the next 4 weeks.
And then after that, everybody else is getting a check, right? Yeah,
everyone else getting a check. They don't hold any crypto anymore. No. It's over. Okay, so it's money, and so there's this war chest of money right now that they're using. And right now, only thing they're working on, just let's keep it 100% clear. The only thing they're working on is Alameda FTX.
Enriching themselves.
No attack on the party. Okay, they have not gone after anyone else, and they can come on the show and correct us. They can call me back and correct me. They haven't done any of that, and so let's see where this mediation goes. We'll know, Mr. FOMO, by the end of September if it worked or not, and then we can move on. If it doesn't work, they'll set a trial date. But that's kind of where we are right now. So you, as a Voyager customer, don't anticipate, just to be safe, don't anticipate more back this year at this rate. I hope I'm wrong, and we'll keep you guys updated. Don't anticipate.
I'm also skeptical that we'll get anything back this year.
If you still have not changed your address and you have moved any time since you opened a Voyager account, I don't care if it was 2019, 2021, 22, 23, you need to get on now, today, as you're watching this video, and do that. If you have not taken screenshots, I would, as a precaution, still do it, because I don't know if I trust these guys. Who knows?
You're literally down to 72 hours. You need to get it done.
Who knows? So this is an urgent video. Please spread this video to everyone that's caught up in Voyager, so they know in 2.5 days, this thing is shutting down, and it's never coming back, guys. That's it. Once the 15 starts, you will not be able to get on the app. And they even recommended deleting the app because they admitted there's going to be a lot of copycats trying to. So the next,
and probably somebody hacking in.
Well, be careful, because they've talked about imitation apps already. So they must have gotten a heads up. I'm assuming that there's going to be people all over social media claiming, ooh, the app's been updated, upload it back in. So be really, really careful, because those people that are telling you to upload the app probably have your information. And if you upload that fake Voyager app, who knows what could happen. So just be really, really careful. Good job. Great. Okay. Yeah, save those emails. That's a good idea too.
Yeah, keep all your documentation, everything you need, especially if you lost hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars with this company. You need to keep everything available, especially if you end up filing a claim or of some sort on the back end. So yes, that is a fantastic idea. Make sure that you're saving stuff, because they definitely aren't.
Yeah, and we're the place to come to for the mediation news. We will have it first, so don't worry. And if anything changes, we'll have it. But bottom line, the 15th, the app is closing for good. Any business you need to do it, because you just don't know what's going to happen in the future. We have a huge Bitcoin video coming up in about a day and a half. We got some news that not a lot of people are talking about, and I think it's really, really critical. And it's short-term news, but it's also long-term news. We're going to do that video. So keep it here. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. Share this video with anyone that's interested in crypto or investing. We love your support.
Voyager.
We love your support, guys. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZ Crypto. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you later.
See you.